Every single hour of every single day, inside a highly secured government building in Washington, D.C., machines are running non-stop, turning plain paper into US dollars. These machines never sleep. They operate 24/7, printing over $500 million every day just to keep up with demand. But here's the twist. It's that physical cash you can touch. It's only a tiny piece of the puzzle. Most of America's money doesn't exist as paper at all. It exists as numbers on screens, and those numbers increase by more than $4 billion every single day. So where does all this money really come from? Who creates it? And why does it almost always end with higher prices and more debt for you? To understand how money works today, we have to go back to a time when money didn't exist at all. Thousands of years ago, imagine a farmer who needed a new tool. He goes to the local tool maker, but he doesn't have anything to trade right now. No grain, no cattle, no goods. So instead, they make a deal. The farmer promises to repay the tool maker later. That promise, based purely on trust, became the payment. And sure enough, weeks later, the farmer returned with food from his farm and paid his debt. As trade grew, people needed something easier. So they started using items everyone needed and trusted: grain, salt, cattle. These things were valuable because they were useful and hard to get. Later, humans discovered something even better: gold and silver. They were small, durable, rare, and valuable everywhere. Trade exploded. Goods began moving across continents from China to Europe. But gold had a problem. It was heavy, it was dangerous to transport, and carrying large amounts made people targets. That's when money changed forever. In 17th century London, people began storing their gold with trusted goldsmiths. The goldsmith would lock it away and give the owner a paper receipt, a promise that they could reclaim their gold at any time. Soon, people realized something powerful. Instead of trading gold, they could just trade the paper. Paper had no value on its own. Everyone trusted it. It became as good as gold. Then the goldsmiths noticed something interesting. Almost nobody came back to withdraw their gold, so they took a risk. They began issuing extra paper receipts, loans that weren't actually backed by real gold. They had just discovered money creation. If a goldsmith loaned someone the value of 100 gold coins, he didn't lose anything, simply wrote a promise. That promise was spent, passed around, and used in the economy. Later, the borrower repaid the loan plus interest. The result? From a single loan, new money entered the system, even though no new gold was ever created. As long as everyone didn't demand their gold at the same time, the system worked. Replace goldsmiths with banks and paper notes with digital numbers, and you now understand modern money. Today, almost everything is bought digitally. But banks aren't vaults holding piles of your cash. When you deposit money, the bank doesn't store it for you. It owes it to you. Your balance is simply a promise. And when a bank gives you a loan, it doesn't hand you someone else's money. It creates brand new money by typing numbers into your account. That money did not exist before the loan. When you repay it, the money disappears, and the bank keeps the interest. This system fuels the economy. New loans mean new businesses, new jobs, new technology, and growth. Without new money entering the system, economic activity slows, and fewer people can participate. But there's a catch. If money grows faster than productivity, prices rise. More money chasing fewer goods equals inflation. That's why money creation must be controlled. In the past, banks were limited by how much cash they had. Today, those limits are much weaker. If banks need more backup money, they turn to the central bank. And this is where things get truly extreme. When the US government needs money, it creates bonds, essentially IOUs. Banks, corporations, and foreign countries buy these bonds, giving the government cash. The government spends that money, and it flows back into the economy, and back into banks. But there's a problem. Government almost always spends more than it earns. So it issues more bonds to pay off old debt, creating a cycle that never ends. Last year alone, government spending reached nearly $7 trillion. Tax revenue wasn't enough. So more debt was created. This system, money created through debt, is how most of the world now operates. But it's far from efficient. If newly created money went more into education, infrastructure, and productive businesses, the long-term benefits could be massive. Money today isn't printed first, it's loaned into existence. Every dollar carries debt behind it. And understanding this system is the first step toward navigating it wisely. Because once you see how money is created, you stop blaming yourself and start playing the game smarter. If this video opened your eyes, hit like, subscribe, and comment below which part of the money system shocked you the most. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.